trying to see if it'll allow us to go live on YouTube.
Okay, I'm just trying to see if I can set stuff up off my laptop. I got you streaming off my phone now.
Hey, here's what I've got, Tom. This might be good news. It looks like it let us go live on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, here's what I got. It's going to let us go live off YouTube right now. This is a test session. There might be a little bit of feedback and a little bit of delay. I am on here with my friend Tom, and Tom is the basic founder of the page International Ball. So I'm excited for that. There's a close-up of Tom there. Nice. That's a good view there, Tom. There you go. So now you're on in two screens. So you must have been on your phone. So turn the one on the phone off. You've got the one on your laptop working great. There you go. Nice. Yeah, there you go.
Good. This is better.
Yo, that's far better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ordered a camera, and it just got to me really. It hasn't got to me. I guess I'm assuming it's because it's really busy.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah. So what I'm dealing with on my end is trying to stop the feedback.
Okay. I'm glad we're doing this because I'm still trying to figure this out to set this up the best way for at the end of the day, it's for good quality for the audience, everybody.
That's exactly right. As we're talking right now, what I've got, there's about a 10 or 12-second delay, and I'm getting that audio feedback, but I'm glad we're testing this out. I bet if I can turn off one of the mics, that might help me, so that way I can focus on you. Can you still see and hear me okay?
Yes, I see you and hear you loud and clear.
All right, can you still hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna try something here. Let's again, just for everybody who is out there getting ready to tune in, we're actually trying to do a little test session here with my friend Tom, who is the founder of International Ball Facebook group page. And this is a test session. We could not get it to accept the live stream on Facebook. And my guess is that the system is so overloaded and so many people are using that stream right now. But for Tom and I, we are just trying to put this together. As in the near future, we hope that we can get multiple coaches on with us, and we can provide quality content and have great basketball insight shared with multiple coaches from around the globe, multiple players from around the globe. I'm going to kind of talk with Tom here a little bit. Tom, tell us a little bit about your vision that you had with international ball as you started the group page, and share with us what you're hoping to accomplish with the things that we're going to try to do here, my friend.
Well, first and foremost, thanks, Coach Scott, for taking the initiative, putting this together. This page, goes a little way back, all the way till 2008, 2009. When I first made the trip to Utah for the NBA Summer League, the Rocky Mountain Review. And so ever since, because of the teams that were invited, and myself being of a Persian Canadian descent, the Iranian national team was invited there. And I had the pleasure of consulting, assisting, helping cover the news with just basketball related friends about the foreign Iranian national team for the first time ever coming to Utah for the summer.
Right. I remember that. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Yes, of course. And then I think the idea and concept grew because I had, just it being a little bit foreign to me at first. But then as I studied and I learned, it grew and it grew. I actually went to Iran after that trip to see the national team, to see what's going on in the Middle East. And I got that experience, and I came back, and then obviously doing all the NBA routines and trips to the NBA D League then, which I'm wearing the shirt. The first one was in Idaho.
That's right. Yes, with the Idaho Stampede.
That's right. And then from there, it was obviously during I think after that it was the Olympics in China. And then it was the signing of Ahmed Haddadi with the Memphis Grizzlies. And it was just exciting time for a lot of the folks from the region that were interested and tuned to the basketball. So the page took off because I was also promoting a lot of the local players from there. There was the Utah Flash, I think they played the game. So I was trying to promote some of the players and, as sports, brings people together, and it's what it does. And I was trying to help the players, promote the players, come to the D League then. And ever since, I've just been traveling to the Summer League and different places to enjoy basketball. Some as professional, some as a fan.
That's right. Well, and if you remember, I had such an interest because I had great success coaching in the Middle East and had won multiple championships, had won a championship in Lebanon, had been in Saudi Arabia, where we won the Asian championship with Al Ittihad. The championship in Lebanon came from Al Riyadi. And then I also was lucky to coach Sagesse and also Champville. And then, of course, I was able to kind of, dabble into, teams in China, won a championship in the NBL there. And, just I've been blessed. I've been lucky. I've had a lot of fun coaching globally. And then I was able to dabble into coaching in the NBA, where I was between those head coaching jobs in China, and Coach Jerry Sloan of the Utah Jazz allowed me to come in and kind of observe and consult with them. And that was outstanding, learning and watching and reinforcing a lot of my philosophies from watching a Hall of Fame coach every day for 2 seasons. Wow. And those led to other summer league opportunities, which again, we're talking NBA Summer League, where I was able to work with the Golden State Warriors for 3 summers. And of course, that first summer with Golden State, I was with my friend, Coach Keith Smart, who was famous for hitting the national championship shot for Indiana University to beat Syracuse back in '87. So he allowed me to come in, and that was Steph Curry's rookie year. So 3 summers with the Golden State Warriors, and then another summer with the Sacramento Kings. So to use this platform and to be able to empower and educate and inspire and be a player's coach, but also now a coach's coach, and work with quality people, an agent like yourself, Tom, who I know you're doing a lot of great things at the grassroots level with Canadian basketball. Share with some of the people, some of the things that you're working on there in Canada. Because I mean, they got a couple great leagues up there in Canada that are going on. Of course, not with the COVID-19 presently, but I mean, you're actively involved with helping many players, within the Canadian leagues.
Absolutely. Well, past decade, there's been a lot going on in Canadian basketball, and I've had the privilege and the honor to uh, uh, just to bring my 2 cents, if you will, and enjoy the game in terms of its growth and development. I think there are so many factors that comes to the, how it's blossomed to the situation that it is in terms of Canada now having the highest number of international players in the NBA. And a lot of that was through, there are just many elements in the formula. Some part of it is the national team, the national program. Some part of it is the prep league that started. Some part of that is the AAU, the program, the grassroots level that started before. And then another part of that is the Canadian universities. They adjusted some rules, and then about 9 years ago, to be precise, I helped start the National Basketball League in Canada. It grew from 6 teams to 8 teams, and as it's trying to maneuver around obstacles, one as such today with the COVID-19. It's been growing, and obviously the Raptors, above all, they've been tremendous because them being the only lone NBA team in Canada, and we're completely blessed because we, as an international country, we get to enjoy NBA games. Going further back since 1990. Well, 4, because that's when we started the World Championships. That was a testing platform to bring the Raptors in '95, and then the draft after that, and then many years after that, the G League came, which
Right.
the 905ers.
Yeah, you're 905ers. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and about 2 years ago, the Canadian Elite Basketball League started here, which is a summer league that starts in May. Now, this would have been their second year of operation, but we just got the notice that they're going to be putting delay it and or perhaps even canceling it. So we'll see what the government will want to do. But right now, everything is stay home, keep safe, and this gave me an opportunity really to further expand my personal horizons into webinars. And I really appreciate you taking the leadership because you and I have been such good friends over the years.
Right.
I've had the pleasure of meeting you at summer leagues almost every summer. I bumped into you there, and then even before that in Utah. And so such a privilege and honor. Thank you, Coach.
No, I was honored when you reached out to me over the weekend and we kind of put this idea together to see how we can continue to help promote the page and get other people going to build this up as an active community. As you know, I host my own show currently on Facebook, and that's, people can find that. My bio is at, coachscottfields.com. The Facebook page is actually facebook.com/Coach SF. We've had some great guests this last week, and I've got some exciting guests coming on this week. And then as we sit there, continue to talk about it, we're like, man, let's do this together and let's see how we can help promote this and get people involved. And to be 100% transparent, we were trying to do this stream here this afternoon live on Facebook, but it feels like at this particular time and juncture, because of COVID-19, Facebook would not allow us to stream live. So I found that we could stream live on YouTube, and that's why we're trying to just do YouTube this right now, just so you and I can practice and talk and put some conversation out so people can kind of get to know you and I both together, especially as we spring forward with future interviews and basketball content.
Absolutely, and that's a great initiative, Coach. We got to be creative. We got to be able to be able to maneuver around these tough times.
Yeah.
And I feel blessed to know you and a lot of the other colleagues on the editorial team. I think many of the coaches that from different regions of the world. And this is why I had to put this map up, because we are from all over the place, and sometimes I look over the world here and I'm like, wow, what a privilege, because so we all have a unique perspective to the game, and I think this could be a clash of minds if we can put it together to bring in different insight, different perspectives from international basketball, and maybe perhaps from a player, perhaps from coaches, and perhaps from a managerial or executive or
That's right.
broadcaster. And that's been so because of my journey throughout basketball, I try to learn from you because you've had this, for a while, and you're quite professional at it, and I just try to see what's the best, because sitting here and typing on WhatsApp and other applications is one form of communication, although I'm appreciative, but this is definitely much better. I wish we could get all the other coaches in here, and for us to, allow this platform for everybody to engage in.
Well, that's what I'm super excited about to try to build for you, because, knowing your person, knowing your character, knowing your core values and beliefs on how, you're trying to build and grow the game and use marketing and use networking and to help with player development. I see you having so many creative ideas that I think are wonderful. And, when you get back to talking Canada, you talk about, there's so many Canadian players now that are playing at many different levels in basketball here in the States, in the United States. And, there's a lot of people with, dual citizenship that play globally from the nation of Canada. And I think this is wonderful. I mean, you and I even talked about, how can we get it to where, we can help you get a TBT team playing, in the basketball tournament, the $2 million winner take all tournament in the summer. I've done some further research on that. We'll get that thing connected. The Toronto Raptors win an NBA championship. My close friend, Coach Nick Nurse, who I know you also know, has done a fantastic job. And matter of fact, I feel like he could be Coach of the Year this year, because I don't think anybody thought they'd have the success that they're having now without Kawhi Leonard. And Coach Nurse and his staff and the Toronto Raptors, and seeing the things that Pascal Siakam is doing, I feel like that gentleman, could be most improved player again this year after winning it last year. So to me, Canada is a hot spot. And I feel like there's so many great things that you can do. And if there's any way that, we can kind of put our minds together and make that happen, I think it's a wonderful blessing. And I'm honored and privileged that you thought of me, and we're able to connect right now. But what are some other things that you're hoping to also build? Because, when I look at that map behind you, I have a global map myself off to my right, and I have pins on all the places where I've coached in the past. And like you said, I've just been blessed that, for 15 years, I've been a FIBA head coach. We've had success around the globe. And, if we can help other coaches and have roundtables and have discussions, how to properly manage and how to player develop and how to promote the game and help other players globally. I mean, why not use this format during this time of global pandemic to reach out and communicate and connect and share ideas? I just think it's wonderful.
Well put, Coach. It's just, a couple of items. I think you mentioned, to start off with, the TBT team. Canada is growing, the Olympics are canceled. And so, you got the national team players, you got a lot of the guys that are just, and this being positive in terms of that hopefulness that you think that, hey, this will go away in July.
Yeah, right.
And you have to be optimistic, because it's pending that condition, really. And but what are they to do then? Hopefully, to put some players and coaches together and be able to possibly enter a team. And part of that entering of the team is really, from my understanding, is that there's $200,000 gets split for the fans. And,
Yes. Yes.
and this is one of the other reasons I thought about this page, which I have covered basketball news, time permitting, throughout the years, is to involve all these fans that are enthusiastic about the game and they follow the page. And I think there's allocated $200,000 for the fans, if I understand correctly.
That you're exactly right. You're exactly right. I was actually, and a guy who you've done work with in the past, Sean Green. I was actually able to coach with Sean Green and Tim Drisdom, his brother Terrence Drisdom. My son Brandon Sly was on that team. Dakari Tucker was on that team, and that was a great time. And our team Utah actually went in to play the Gonzaga alumni team, and we it was just a good time. And I think with the situation the way it is, whenever or whatever opportunities we're going to be able to provide for players to showcase their skills, to showcase their abilities on a global level for exposure, I mean, that can only be a good thing. And again, you and I know we both share this. Let's just hope and pray that people continue to practice social distancing. Let's hope that people continue to, stay home, stay safe, and until we get word from leadership and from our governments and from our states and governors and things like that as well. We all have to be selfless and make proper choices for the greater good, because some people can be asymptomatic, not know that they're carrying the virus, and then people who are at risk and have low immunities seem to be suffering more from this type of the disease. So hopefully things are going to calm down, and as people are talking about, drop that curve and we can get back out and function again as with much normalcy as possible. But we don't know what the new normals are going to be when we return. But man, to use this platform and to connect and reach out and check on others and show our love and support, I think this is a very, very positive step, Tom, and I'm glad that we can do this together.
Absolutely, and this will be a very key element moving forward. Just from our end, be it civic duty, if you will, for us to, hey, we have the platform, we have the opportunity. Then instead of fake news that's all out there about different things, let's use sports as a vehicle to show, hey, how to deal with this. Mental health will be key.
100%.
What's happening, and so that's why I'm coming, guys like yourself, for leadership to do our bit in terms of this COVID-19 situation. I mean, this has to go away. I mean, when I really, since the government here has started putting things down in terms of, hey, all these hashtags, stay home, hashtag physical distancing, hashtag flatten the curve, hashtag social distancing. And then, a lot of it was a matter of interpretation, social distancing. Think about that a little bit. Okay, there's one thing to do physical distancing, it's another thing to do social distancing. Right. I don't want to do social distancing with you. I miss you. I want to call you and talk to you, coach.
Yeah.
Some of my hashtag were social distancing, and I didn't want that to misinterpret as in, okay, no, Tom doesn't want to talk to anybody. No, that's what.
Yeah.
Physical distancing is key, obviously, for obvious reason, and just basketball. I mean, we're talking about basketball. That's when you're talking about the Toronto Raptors winning championship last year. Wow, I had the privilege of witnessing that personally. I mean, I've seen this team grow for a very long time. And at the D-League showcase, I mean, when you were coaching and when Nick Nurse was coaching, it's, to me, it's such a pleasure and honor to just witness these different journeys for a lot of guys that come through Toronto and finally concluding that journey that they started in '95 to win it. And 25 years later, coach, it's a lot.
There
And
you go.
I tell
Right.
you, a lot of this, and I'm going to put this, a lot of this information on the site is we had record. We had over 3 million people in the parade.
Wow.
We had the broadcast numbers, broadcasting numbers, the TV numbers, the sponsorship, everything was off the. I mean, we're known to be in Canada as a hockey nation, but this
Right. Right.
was not expected because everybody came in, and more so because of the multicultural society that we have here in Canada, and everybody plays basketball. They enjoy basketball in their own culture, their own language. And then when the Raptors won the championship, wow, it was a scene to celebrate. I really enjoyed that when I obviously grown up and watching all the other teams win, and but for Nick Nurse to do it with Masai Ujiri and
Oh,
just the whole team, and watching Pascal being drafted and how he's come along through the 905ers and growing as their farm team and establishing the systems. We've always lacked system here in Canada, and we're still trying to get better in that. And this is why the NBL, hopefully the CEBL, the Prep League, the Canadian University colleges, all of them, they got to come together and unite to grow the game together. Sometimes because we live in a free world, everybody going to a direction. We know we're gonna meet at some point,
there you
but only
go.
God knows when. So that enthusiasm is shared here, I'm just really excited about this opportunity to be able to bring in a lot of basketball people to talk about their experiences, their backgrounds, and just what else are you gonna do? You're gonna sit home.
Right, right. Well, Tom, talking about that, when you're watching the Toronto Raptors and they're playing in the NBA championships, you could tell Masai Ujiri has done such a wonderful job because he put the right pieces around Kawhi Leonard. The team was playing well. Coach Nick Nurse had them, showing multiple defensive looks, which catch, the Golden State Warriors, who were a little bit injured. Kept them off rhythm. But man, what I was more impressed with was the scene outside of Toronto. I mean, okay, yeah, we all know Drake is a huge ambassador for basketball there, but your Jurassic Park and the thousands of fans outside of the facility showed how much basketball has grown and how much they loved supporting your Toronto Raptor team. I mean, it looked like there were, tens of thousands of people outside there just going crazy. And of course, they termed it Jurassic Park because of the Raptors. But man, that was fun for people to see.
Oh, Jurassic Park. I mean, look, so much to talk about here. My mind is going crazy.
I know.
All these memories are coming to me. And look, first of all, the leadership of Masai Ujiri and the management, the ownership, fantastic job in building a championship winning culture. And it was really done so professionally, and it allowed the platform for the Fred VanVleets, for the Pascal Siakams, and other players to come up and about, when they got their chance at the NBA level to prove themselves. And a lot of these guys, they were high draft picks.
Right.
And so, again, it's the culture of basketball that was developed, I think, that made the difference, in my opinion. And, and the Jurassic Park, wow. Again, what a beautiful vision. We all get dinosaur-like, we all get raptor-like here when, our team wins. And it's just really nice to see that when the public comes together outside the arena, in front of the big TV, there were 57 other municipalities that decided to have their own Jurassic Park in their own township.
Wow.
During the play as well. So this was unheard of. Again,
that's
you look
awesome.
it's mind-boggling to me, all the numbers you look at and how this has evolved, and it's still growing. And Nick Nurse, again, this is the excitement yet to begin with the Canadian national team, because once he puts the team together, that will be even more interesting to see what the country will do, and hopefully in the Olympics and the future World Cups.
Without a doubt. And, and here's the thing to remember. You think of as you mentioned, Canada is known as a hockey nation. But, for them to take basketball and create that culture, create the culture of winning, as you can see, has continued on this year after winning the NBA championship. So, man, I'm excited for the nation. I think it's wonderful. I think it's great that you're right there, because I know of your passion. I know of your vision. I know of the things that you're hoping to take and expand with those successes that have happened, because you're one of those guys that's so humble. You're going to quietly work behind the scenes to continue to provide opportunities for other players, with your agency and the things that you do. But again, I know you won't talk a lot about it, but I know you know a lot of coaches. I know you know a lot of players. I know you've helped a lot of players be placed around the globe, and that's an exciting time. So, I would love for you to talk a little bit further about that, because I mean, you've got players in Europe, Middle East, you got them in Asia, you got them throughout North America, South America. You're global, my friend. I know you don't want to talk about it, but it's got to be done because you do a great job.
I appreciate that. No, I'm being blessed of international background. I was able to learn multiple languages, and so throughout my journeys, it really after high school, I naturally fell, organically grew in the industry because. When there was no internet, there was no Instagram, there was no social media. I was making cassette tapes on highlight reels and shipping them all out. And
Yeah.
somewhere, all my money went to the cassette tapes and the shipments to colleges, and and a lot of that that's moving on after to going to University of Maine at Machias and getting that NAIA experience. It really motivated me to pursue my dream to get into soccer and basketball as a two-sport guy. But then after that, the more I grew into the business, it became more natural to me to look back to my background, and a lot of the guys that for example, in the 2008, where we I came to Utah for the NBA Summer League. I helped a lot of Iranian guys.
That's
I
right.
helped their national team there. And politics aside, I helped a lot of the teams in Africa because of their dual passport players here in Canada. I helped a lot of players in Asia that they had dual passport players here in Canada. So hey, not everybody is privileged to be in the NBA, but I try to organically find my way to the league, and just it's been such a long time being as someone who volunteered. When we hosted the World Cup in 1994, and now and now here. So it's been quite a journey. It's been exciting. It's been up and down, and I'm just learning, Coach. I got a lot to learn.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm just trying to, grow. Live vicariously through other people's success.
Oh no, you do a great job. I just want to apologize for everybody who will go back and see this after it's live, because this is a test session for us. We tried to stream it right away on Facebook on the International Ball page. We weren't able to do that because of the amount of people that are on the system right now. And I understand it. This is one of the only forms of connecting for families across both of our nations, because we're at home and we can't even reach out to our moms, our grandmothers, our grandparents. People are using these platforms to be able to connect and see each other. So whether it be through on iPhones, whether it be through FaceTime, whether it be via Zoom, like what we're doing right now. I wish people could come on live with us and have interaction, but just so we could practice it, I was able to find that we could, do this on YouTube. So I apologize for those who I wish we could have live interaction right now via Facebook, which would be probably more interactive. But this is still great for us, you and I to connect and, you know, at least get some material put out there so people can hear the vision. People can see what we're going to try to put together as we move forward here in the coming days, coming weeks, and months. I think, Tom, it's going to be great. And I do believe that it will work. And if we can strategically use all of our social media platforms, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, whether it be through Instagram, whether it be through LinkedIn. I know a lot of younger kids use the TikTok and Snapchat. You know, let's try to promote this as much as we can to get more traffic, get more volume, and bring more awareness to international ball and the international ball page, and with our Coach Scott Field show there on Facebook.
Absolutely. As you were talking, I heard a little clicking noise on my phone. I think some of the people that are like, "Hey, where is this being broadcasted?"
Yeah, yeah,
When they tune in, and then we put a copy of the YouTube page on the link on the site so that everybody can, just enjoy this. It's a test. It's a test. We are trying to grow this, and more so, it comes from your kind gesture to accepting my proposal to do this, and it's really for the benefit of everybody. I mean, and to just talk basketball. I mean, there's so much that can be done with basketball. I mean, we are really, when I say we, come on, just our continent, other people in other countries, overseas, abroad, we are all going through this similarly in just different ways.
yeah.
And you don't really think about it, but everybody is going through something at this point. And and if this can give them an opportunity to put a smile on their face for a moment to
That's right.
different, then hey, so be it. Because this is all volunteer work. This is all purely out of the goodness of your heart, my heart, and everybody else that wants to be involved. It's about the betterment. It's really comes from a sportsman mentality. You know, we're all sportsmen.
That's right.
And
Well,
when
let
we
me,
talk about politics and all of that,
right.
we're talking basketball, right?
That's right. Well, let me just share with you where we are streaming live right now. And actually, this is the first time I've ever streamed live onto YouTube. So we are actually right now live on the Coach Scott Field Show channel on YouTube. So if we want to text that out to see if anybody will jump on with us, again, I feel bad and apologize that, I mean, we tried on the international ball page. I tried on the Coach Scott Field Show page on Facebook, and I even tried on my personal timeline on Facebook. All three of them were kicked back and rejected. And so as a last ditch effort, I thought, well, let me just try YouTube to see if YouTube will accept us. And all of a sudden, boom, we're live on YouTube. And I've never used the YouTube channel to do a live stream from. So again, right now we're currently on the Coach Scott Field Show channel on YouTube. And for those who would have interest in future shows, I mean, they can subscribe to that. But this was not done intentional. This was just done as a format so Tom and I could practice, as he mentioned. So again, I'm a virgin to streaming live on YouTube. So this is this is the first time using it, but at least we've got something up there, and hopefully we can grow from this, because maybe as soon as we click this off, I might be able to go right back on and be able to get right back on a Facebook page, and we can start the interview right over and see how much interaction we can get. But I apologize to all those who was looking for this on the international ball page, but I tried that like 5 times and it just didn't allow us, because I think, again, at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 6 p.m. your time Eastern, I just think the platform was overwhelmed with the number of people who were trying to use it at this time.
Coach, I appreciate all the effort, and I think so do everybody else, because when they see this, they'll get a good idea that that what we're going through in terms of it being live. You said it; it's a test. We get better. We move forward with it, and hopefully make many more shows to come. But I also want to use the opportunity. I really welcome Any friends out there that hear this, watch this, if not now, in the future, late, let's team up. Come on board. Come on to the Scott Field Show. Come on the international page. Come on to the show. We're all unique in one way or the other. We have something to contribute to the game. I'd love to have a lot of different people from different backgrounds, different countries.
Yes, welcome,
To
welcome,
come on
welcome.
board and let's hear a different perspective about the game, because it's all played so differently. It's at the end of the game, we're shooting the same basket to the hoop, but the goal is the same thing, but the approach could be different. So I think it gives me an opportunity to learn a lot from everybody else that's out there that's been doing the game. Perhaps even the younger guys. I mean, what's happened recently with the NBA G League? The first ever contract from the top high school elite player that was offered from the NBA G League. So now I think that's sparked a whole new conversation about where the game is going.
It
You
is.
look at what this player Jalen Green, for example, signing to the NBA G League straight from high school. It speaks a lot for
Yeah,
the
it's
growth
unprecedented.
of basketball.
Yeah, it's unprecedented, and give the G League a pat on the back for allowing that opportunity to happen for this young man to say, you know what, I'm not going to go NCAA route. And I think you and I can honestly say that the NCAA has a lot to clean up. It has a lot to fix. It has a lot of things that they've got to take care of, so that way these young men are not being exploited as players, and they can continue if they want to receive a valuable education, but yet, you know what, there are still opportunities out there at the age of 18 where a guy can sign a contract with an agent and have representation, grow and develop on the court and off the court. So for me, I think it's a great thing. I think there will be more players who continue to do that. Some other names that come to mind, you got to look at the young ball son that is actually playing over in Australia and had an outstanding season this year. You got to look at Brandon Jennings a few years ago when he took his talents over to Italy instead of playing in college, because he could play against professional men, which is going to up their market value and their draft stock coming into the draft. So I think it's a great thing for doors to open for young men to have those other options, I'll call it, to grow and develop and hone their skills, but yet also to get support systems put in place where they're going to have strength coaches, they're going to have nutritionalists, they're going to be able to learn what it's like at the minor league level, because had they gone to, say, Duke or North Carolina or Indiana or the Kansases, who are your year in, year out traditional powerhouses, now they're going to be sitting in a bus traveling for 16 hours to get from, let's say, Sioux Falls to Reno, Nevada. So, I mean, that's going to be all part of that growth and development for that young man to experience on how to manage his time, how to budget his time, how to be able to get on the court for multiple hours, work with player development coaches, and hone that skill set that they're going to have. And again, I think it's great. And again, you got to pat the people on the back with the G League for bringing more money into the G League, because before, as you know, Tom, as an agent, most players didn't really see G League as a viable option, because if they wanted to make money and more money for their family to be comfortable, they had to go to Europe or they had to go to Asia just to be able to monetize, to make that contract worth their while, to not go to college and go NCAA student athlete route.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think right on, Coach. I think a lot of that comes down to the leadership in having that vision and understanding that, hey, look, there are a lot of players that are out there available, and this is why the NBA G League elite level contract was designed about a year and a half, 2 years ago, maybe. Was announced, and now we see it blossom, making the splash news with the recent signing. I think there was another player that was signed, and I think that's just gonna be the snow rollover effect for a lot of players. Now, imagine the international players that may be prospective for this. And now imagine a lot of players that have that are going through financial difficulties. They're talented, they have the length, they have the athleticism, they have the capabilities to play at this level. Perhaps they don't have the academic qualifications to go to college. So
That's right.
they are good prospects to look into this. But I think just making it competitive for everybody to get a shot at this, because again, this is going to give a great opportunity for the colleges to come together and to aspire to do better.
Right.
And I
There you
think the recent news that was a year again from the governor down in California that announced, hey, they passed a law in California about the players' image rights and likeliness for players to get paid. But again, it's a small step for the player, but it's a good direction that it's going. I think there needs to be more done about a lot of players that are here that don't academically qualify, but they have also families that are in dire needs of economical assistance. So, and this talent is all they have. So why not allow this to grow, and then in the future for Honorable Commissioner Adam Silver to come in to bring down the draft age a year younger to look at it, because we're not where we were 10 years ago. Kids are maturing way faster, and there is more resources. You put it, the professional path program to this is in terms of development, it really gives a lot of the kids a platform to be groomed by professionals. So this will provide, and in connection to that, Australia. Wow, what a beautiful league they have out there in Australia. NBL.
Great job.
Our coach, one of the coaches, Damon Stevenson from Florida, he was assistant in Sydney Kings about a year ago, and also another that coach that I'd love to bring on the show, along with others, list of others. There are too many to count. They have tremendous insight about the work that they've done with the one and done, so-called one and done level kids abroad. What's happened. I mean, it really started with the Terrence Ferguson with the Oklahoma City being drafted, as one of the first players in the Emerging Stars program in Australia. And now, again, it's more happening. G League realizing the potential with this and topping that even more. Perhaps it's going to create a competitive and a good cultural work, I think, for those prospects that are out there, really.
Well, I think that any young player that can use basketball as a vessel to better himself and his family financially, I think that's great. I love the foresight of NBA Commissioner Adam Silver to be able to use the G League to continue to develop players as they're just a step away from the NBA. I mean, imagine this, Tom. Just think, had 30 years ago, had this been in place, where someone like Arvydas Sabonis could have got into the NBA far earlier than when he came into the league at the age of 30. So, I mean, now again, I know there was governmental things which made that impossible for him. But now that, the NBA floodgates have opened, Michael Jordan took the game global. More of these international players are in the NBA. And I wanted to say last year, like 186 players were international players. So, kudos to the NBA for breaking down those walls, knocking down the barriers, and providing these opportunities for players to play at not only the NBA, but also other elite levels throughout the globe and FIBA. I think it's wonderful for everybody to have the opportunity to evolve like the NBA, but also for like us, you and I, who can sit and talk and open this group up, whether it be international ball. So again, I want to invite everybody to go to Facebook and look at international ball, and like that page, but also take the time to invite friends who are other basketball people who love to talk basketball, or whether they're coaches, whether they're players, whether they're parents, whether they're just hoop heads, get on that International Ball page and be a part of that group. I invite you to be a part of my group, the Coach Scott Field Show, because again, the more of a posse and tribe that we have on each of these pages, it's only going to, hopefully, continue to bring more growth and development to us personally and professionally with basketball.
Absolutely. The very essence of it is really the key element, which is dialogue. I think to talk about it, a lot of stuff to just putting it on the table from different perspectives. That hey, what are they doing out there in other leagues?
Yep.
That perhaps we can learn from.
That's right.
What can they learn from us on this side? I mean, once that platform established and the dialogue is there, and I think social media makes it a very small world. So I'm very optimistic about this. I just heard my laptop say it's 7 o'clock. It's been 1 hour
already.
And we could go.
Tom, we haven't even scratched the surface. We haven't scratched the surface, and we haven't even got started. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely. We haven't talked about Olympics. We haven't talked about national teams. We haven't talked about junior national teams. We haven't talked about prep leagues. We haven't talked about academies. We haven't talked about all the other leagues, the Euro League, the Champion League.
That's right. We haven't talked world championships. We haven't talked high school. We haven't talked AAU. We haven't talked, summer leagues. Like I'm saying, we haven't even scratched the surface, my friend. So again, I think if people are open-minded, accept our invitation, to continue to learn and grow, I'll be the first to tell you, I've been blessed to have been in basketball and coaching my entire adult life, but man, you got to continue to want to learn and grow. I don't have all the answers, but I'll be more than happy to share experiences and philosophies that have worked for us with the successes that we've had. And then, man, trust me, I'm a sponge. I'm going to continue to learn and grow from other people, from other cultures that have the game. Because again, I've been lucky that I have traveled that globe just like you have. And it's great to, be like-minded, but yet also be open-minded to learning and adapting and growing together.
Absolutely, Coach. I mean, look, we're going to make a few passes. Some of those passes will be drop balls, they'll be fumbles, but we make a few passes. Some of them will be alley-oop passes.
There you go.
Slam dunk. Maybe some of them will be a backdoor pass. But I think we'll get some people involved that are interested to contribute to this. And it's all for a good cause and nature that we have is really promote mental health. Mental health.
That's right.
We are all going through tough times. Everybody is going through something. Everybody is affected because of this, and it's challenging. It's challenging because it hit us so surprisingly that we are just caught. It took me a week just to collect myself, excuse me, just to know, what do you mean, no basketball? I can't go out, So, and a lot of other people going through the same thing, and some even more difficult financial situation, worse or challenges that they have, and a lot of different parts of the world, they're going through war and what's happening, and they're also going through COVID-19. It's a tough situation, and so everybody going through something. But but anybody loves to join, welcome. Again, I want to thank you for your initiative, because this wouldn't have happened without you, and for you to extend yourself and be able to help set this up. And then let's play ball. Let's play ball. I was watching the documentary last night. The first and the second episode of The Last Dance.
That's right.
And I was crying because that's the generation I grew up with, watching that, that late 80s and then moving into early 90s. And, that's what that was. I was a soccer player to start with.
Yeah.
To basketball. And Wow, it's amazing. It's amazing. And Michael Jordan said it best. It's not where you're from. It's not where you come from. It's how you come. And that's stuck with me ever since, because when this goes up, we all play. I mean, that's at the end of it, that's what it's about.
You bet. Well, and again, I look at it like this. You and I are blessed that we can use this platform to hopefully provide some entertainment, to provide some dialogue, to provide a little bit of connectivity during these challenging times. And I'm blessed and fortunate to be able to do this with you. And I know that, you know, my philosophy is with it. If we can reach just one person, if we can reach one coach, if we can reach one player, and if it inspires, if it empowers, if it motivates you, you know, to want to continue to challenge yourself to grow, then I think we've done our job. But I foresee this really growing well. And again, I'm excited. I'm really excited, Tom.
Absolutely. No, thank you. Thank you for many years of helping me and guiding me, Coach. Because every time I have called you, you've been there for me. It's the distance, although maybe it's, thousands of miles away from here to Utah, but you've always answered my call, whether it's been to help a kid to go to go to school, or or whether it's for you to give me some guidance about what the best to approach a certain problem. And so I really thank you, Coach. You've been a great friend to me, and I can't wait. I can't wait. This is actually getting better and better. So I hope to take this enthusiasm and just spread it and get other people. And you're a man of virtues and values and high character, and I learned a lot from you, Coach, because I always have. I am following you. Your career, what you've done is tremendous. All these different places you've been to with coaching, and for me to learn from you, it's a huge privilege and honor. So thank you for that.
No, it's very kind of you to say, and I appreciate it. I've been blessed, and the neatest thing that we've done recently, as you know, our adopted son, when he was at the age of 14, going through high school and then to get into college scholarship, and him now playing 2 years professionally over in the country of Georgia. That's what I'm most proud of. And I think that's what we all have to do. We have to use our platforms to continue to give back, to continue to help others. And, good Lord willing, who knows where my career may go. I'd love to be on a bench again soon, or this broadcasting thing. I sure am enjoying it, because, if there's ways again that we can use this through sport and sport entertainment, I just see it as a blessing. And because, as you know, Tom, sports is so interwoven into our cultures in both of our nations, Canada and the US. And usually sport is that distraction to get our minds off of the stressors when there are tragedies. And right now with this global pandemic, sports is even taken away from us. So we're in uncharted territory. We're in uncharted waters. And so for us, I hope that we have, given a little bit of content. We've given a little bit of creativity and problem solving here with this platform. And I'm excited to get this link to you, so that way we can get it on International Ball and we can get it on my show, and let's spread that word. And hopefully we're going to have a ripple effect to where we continue to, touch other lives.
I appreciate you like always. I can't wait to do many more with you, and at your service.
It's likewise, as you know. So, stay blessed, stay safe, stay healthy. My prayers from our country to yours. I wish you the best, and I hope that we can continue to be healthy, to continue to reach out and provide service.
Thank you, Coach. Hashtag stay home. Hashtag flatten the curve. Hashtag physical distancing. Wash the hands. A lot of people.
That's
I wash my hands so many times. I'm just out of paranoia. I talked about it. I tried to teach it my daughter.
there you go.
Door, and I, went to take the clothes off, and my daughter had telling me, "Daddy, you didn't, she's only 3. You didn't wash your hands." I'm like, "Yes, daughter, I will right away."
That's great. That's great. Well, hey, I'm with you. Stay safe, stay blessed. You know I love you, my friend, and take care of yourself north of the border there, because you know we're sending love from Utah.
The same for likewise, coach. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, have a great night. Let's get this link out, my man.
Okay, let's do. All the best.
Great test session. Thank you for your time.
Coach. Thank you for your leadership.
God bless.
God bless you.